Today we will start the chapter financial analysis, and this is the last module of this subject. Okay, so in this subject, if we are talking about the energy management process, we have to do some investment, and investment is required for reducing the energy consumption for a process of utility, and investment would be required for modification, retrofitting, and for incorporating new technology. It would be prudent to adopt a systematic approach for a merit rating of the different investment option via the anticipated saving. It is essential to identify the benefit of proposed measure with reference not to only energy saving but also other associated benefits such as increased productivity, improve product quality, etc. Okay, so the cost involved in proposed measure should be captured in totality, like direct project cost, additional operation and maintenance cost, training of personnel on new technology, etc. Based on these investment analysis, we can carry out the technique explained will be in later slide. Okay, सो हमारा जो क्या कहता है यहाँ पे कि हम जो भी इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं ना, हम क्यों कर रहे हैं इन्वेस्टमेंट, ताकि हमारा जो एनर्जी कंजप्शन जो हो रहा है किसी भी प्रोसेस के लिए और यूटिलिटी के लिए, उसको हम रिड्यूस कर सकते हैं. और बिफोर investment we have to do some modification if any proper or not work of machine or equipment, we have to retrofitting or we have to incorporate new technology. Okay, also we have to adopt a systematic approach for merit rating different investment, etc. Next we will see the investment need appraisal and criteria. So for if you are talking about any organization, one should commit itself a program investment in energy efficiency, and one need to demonstrate on size of the energy problem it currently faces. What are the energy problem faces presently, they have to define. Then the technical and good housekeeping measure available to reduce waste, the predicted return on any investment, the real return achieved on a particular measures over time. The need for the investment in energy conservation can arise under the following circumstances. The first one is nothing but for new equipment, process improvement, etc. If why we are first of all I will talk the if any organization is committing to invest, then what should they demonstrate, why they should invest in the organization in energy efficiency. Then they have to find out the first one, the energy problem what they are facing presently. Then they have to make themselves to or they technically, or they have to keep their tools and equipments and other things good to reduce the waste. They have to predict the return on any investment. If they are investing any investment on energy efficiency, whether they will get return or not, the real return achieved on a particular measures over time. Then need of the investment in energy conservation can arise under the following circumstances. If you are talking the investment in the organization, then what is the need, why they should invest in the organization. First, for the new equipment, for the process improvement. Okay, first one that technology, they have to enhance the technology for better quality and cheap cost, and the process should be improvement to provide a staff training, and then to implement or upgrade the energy information system. Next, criteria. If we are talking about the criteria, so any investment has to be seen as an additional and not as a substitute for having effective management practices for controlling energy consumption throughout the organization. Spending money on technical improvements for energy management cannot compensate for inadequate attention to gaining control over energy consumption, and therefore before you make any investment, we have to ensure that whether we are getting the best performance from the existing plant or equipment. Then you have to, your energy charges are set at lowest possible tariffs. You are consuming the best energy forms like fuels or electricity as efficiently as possible. Then the the okay, so good housing keeping practices are being regularly practiced or not when listing investment opportunity. When listing investment opportunity, the following criteria to be considered. The first one is the energy consumption per unit of production of plant or process. How much energy is going to consume by per unit in a plant or a process. Then second one, the current state of repair and energy efficiency of the building design, plant, service, including control. What is the current state of any of repair energy efficiency, if about the design product or the plant or the services whichever included there. Then the quality of indoor environment, not just room temperature but indoor air quality also. Air changes, rate, drafts under overheating, including glare. These all we have to consider for the while investing in the organization. And the one most important thing, that the effect of any proposed measure on a staff attitude and behavior. So this is the one of the most important things that we have to consider for the investment in any of the organization for the energy saving. Next we will discuss energy proposal versus other competitive proposal. The one of the most difficult problem which may energy manager faces is justifying or why their organization should invest money in increasing its efficiency, especially when there are other seemingly more important priorities for the use of its capital. Then the organization typically give priority to investing in what they see as their core for or profit making activity in preference to energy efficiency. Even when they do investment in saving energy, they tend to demand faster rate of return, faster returns, okay, than they require from other kind of investment, so that they can further do for the other investment. Now we will discuss about the investment appraisal. Energy manager has to identify how cost saving arises from energy management could be redeployed within his or her organization to the maximum effect. To do this, he has to work out how benefits of increased energy efficiency can be best sold to top management as. Okay, so first of all they will go for the reducing operating or production cost. Then they have to increase the employee comfortability and well-being. Then they have to improve the cost effectiveness or profit also by decreasing by minimizing the losses and maximizing the profits within a same maximum efficiency or same maximum profitable within a same input. Okay, output should be more. The protecting the underfunded core activity. Under core activity they have to protect the fund so that they can go for the they can save, and they can go the same amount they can invest in the other sources. Okay, next, uh, enhancing the quality of service or customer care delivered, and protecting the environment. Next, financial. So the basic criteria for financial investment proposal include, so financial analysis. If we are talking about the financial analysis, then in most respect investment in energy efficiency is no different from any other area of financial management. Just we are talking about the financial technique here. So this is same as the financial management they are reading in the MBA. Okay, so when the organization first decide to invest in increasing its energy efficiency, it should apply exactly the same criteria to reducing its energy consumption as it applied to all its other investment. It should not require a faster or slower rate on investment in energy efficiency than it demands elsewhere. Okay, so the basic criteria for financial investment appraisal include simple payback. Okay, simple payback is nothing but it is a measure how long it will be before the investment makes money and how long financial terms need to be. Means that ये हमारा एक टूल्स है या मेजर में है, मेजर करता है कि हमारा कितना लंबे समय, यदि हम इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं मनी को तो वो कितने समय तक चलेगा, और जो हम लोग पहले हम इसे क्या करते हैं, मेजर करते हैं, और हाउ लॉन्ग द फिनेंशियल टर्म्स नीड टू बी, और कितने समय तक ये हम कर सकते हैं. देन रिटर्न्स ऑफ इन्वेस्टमेंट और internal rate of return, it measures that all comparison with other investment option. जितने भी आप तरह का इन्वेस्टमेंट कर रहे हैं उससे ये क्या करता है, कंपेयर करके मेजर करता है. देन नेट प्रेजेंट वैल्यू एंड कैश फ्लो, इट मेजर्स that all financial planning of the project and provide the company with all the information needed to incorporate energy efficiency project into the corporate financial system. And these all three we will discuss one by one again, and we will see the numerical based on that. First, protecting energy investment. Okay, so before this we will discuss some about this financial analysis. Initially when you can identify no or low cost investment opportunity, this principle should not be difficult to maintain. However, if the organization decide to fund a rolling program of such investment, then over time it will become increasingly difficult for you to identify opportunity which conform to the principle. Before you will reach this position, you need to recognize the basis on which investment decisions are made. It may require particular thoroughness to ensure that all the cost and benefit arising are taken into account. As an approximate appraisal, simple payback is a useful tool. As the process becomes more sophisticated, the financial criteria such as discounted cash flow, internal rate of return, net present value may be used. If you do not possess sufficient financial expertise to calculate these yourself, then you need to ensure that you have access either within your own staff or elsewhere within the organization to people who can employ them on your behalf. There are two quite separate grounds for arguing that at least long after their payback period, such measure does not need to be written off using fast discounting rate, but can be regarded as adding to the long-term value of asset. For this reason, short-term payback can be inadequate yardstick for assets long after their payback period. Okay, so such measure does not need to be written off using fast discounting rate, but can be regarded as adding to the long term value of the asset, and for this reason short term payback can be inadequate heuristic for assessing longer term benefit. And to assess the real gains from investing in saving energy, you should use the investment appraisal technique, which are accurately reflected the longevity of returns on particular types of technical measure. Next we will discuss the protecting energy investment. So it is essential to keep a careful watch on organization maintenance policy and practice in order to protect any investment already made in reducing your organization energy consumption. Means what? That if you have invested any earlier only, already you have invested, then you need to watch, you have to maintain some policy and practice so that they should not waste, the investment should not go in wastage. Okay, and they will maintain the flow, they will maintain, and they will the flow of they will the flow of the organization, flow work of the organization in a proper manner. Okay, and this, there is a clear dependence relationship between the energy efficiency and maintenance, and this will make the relationship between the energy efficiency and maintenance, and this operates at two levels. For the first one is nothing but improving energy efficiency, and which is the most cost effectively done in existing facilities through the normal maintenance procedure. The second one is unless maintenance is regularly undertaken, saving from installed technique measures, whether in a new build or existing facility, may not be realized. Then we will see here the simple discuss the financial analysis technique in a detail. So the basic financial investment appraisal includes, we have seen in the previous slide, like simple payback period, return on investment or IRR, and the net project present value or cash flow. So now one by one we will discuss in proper way. So simple payback period, so it, what does it mean? It in abbreviatory we call as SPP. It represent as the first approximation method technique, where the number of years required to recover the initial investment, whatever you have invested in the organization to save the energy, the time required to recover the investment with considering the net annual saving is known as simple payback period, and mathematically it can be calculated as the first cost divided by year's benefits minus year cost. Okay, now next we will discuss, in the other word we can say the how long it will be before the investment makes money and how long the financial terms needs to be. The advantage of the SPP, so in simple concept we can say it is a shorter payback which indicate more attractive investment. It favors project which generates substantial revenue in earlier year. Okay, disadvantage of simple payback period is fail to consider time value of money, ignores cash flow beyond payback period. Okay, now we will discuss on return on investment. It is also called as ROI. So it is nothing but it expresses the annual return from the project as percentage of capital cost. So how much capital cost you have invested and how much annual return you got. The percentage, it expressed in the percentage of the capital cost. Okay, so this is a broad indicator of the annual return expected from initial capital investment, and which expressed as a percentage, and it is given as mathematically return of investment is equal to annual net cash flow divided by capital cost multiply with 100. Okay, so it does not take into the account the time value of money. It does not account for the variable nature of annual net cash flow inflow. Now we will discuss the net present value. So net present value is not of any project is nothing but the total sum of present value of the all cash flow which is associated with the project work. Okay, and mathematically we can say as NPV is equal to CF naught upon 1 plus k to the power of 0 plus CF1 upon 1 plus k to the power of 1 plus dot 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 CF and divided by 1 plus k to the power of n, which is nothing but summation of from t equal to 0 to n CFT upon 1 plus k of k to the power of t. Means what? Here 0 CFT is nothing but we can say the cash flow occurring at the end of the year, where t is nothing but 0 year, first year, second year, third year, and so on, and n is equal to life of the project, k is equal to discount rate. Okay, so it represents the benefits over and above the compensation for the time and risk. Decision associated with NPV criteria are the accept the project if NPV is positive, if NPV is negative then reject the project. This is the decision you can take it. So when you calculating the NPV, if you are getting the positive value then you can accept the project, if while if you get the negative value you can reject the project. So it takes into account time value of money and consider the cash value stream in project life. Okay, now we will discuss now internal rate of return. Abbreviately it is called as IRR. Okay, so IRR is nothing but it is a project okay of which gives the discount rate which makes the net present value equal to the 0. So NPV, whatever you got the NPV now, which make the value equal to 0, then it will gives the IRR. Okay, mathematically we can write it as IRR is equal to CF naught 1 plus r to the power of 0 plus CF1 divided by 1 plus r to the power of 1 plus dot 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 CFN upon 1 plus r to the power of n equal to summation of all this summation of t equal to 0 to n CF of t upon 1 plus r ka power t equal to 0, must be equal to 0. If it is equal to 0 then it is called as internal rate of return. Okay, so here we have to first why we are doing to calculate rate of return that an investment is expected to yield. Okay, so it expresses the alternative in terms of interest such as compound interest rate. Then expected rate of return is the interest rate for which the total discounted benefit becomes 0. It also takes account the time value of money as in NPV. The criteria for selection among alternative is to choose the investment with the higher rate of return. Okay, so and it also considers the cash flow stream in its entirety. Now interest charge. So interest charge is nothing but in order to finance the project. Okay, in order to finance the project, the organization often borrow money from the bank or other lending organization. If you want to invest in any project, and the organization what they are doing, the organization they are taking the money from the bank or any other lending organization as a loan. Then this project finance in this way that the cost more than a similar project finance from the organization on funds. मतलब क्या कह रहा है कि हमारा यदि if you are taking the money, if you are borrowing the money from the other sources, like from taking the money as a loan from the leading organization or your bank, then it will cost more compared to the if you are investing your own money. So the interest charge will be paid to the loan. So there will be the two interest charge. The first one is nothing but simple interest charge. The second one is compound interest. So simple interest is applied. If the simple interest is applied, then the charges are calculated as fixed percentage. The rate will be not differ of the capital that is borrowed, and the fixed interest percent is applied to each year of the loan, and repayment is calculated as total repayment value is equal to the initial loan value plus interest rate multiply with 100 multiply with initial loan value into repayment period time. P is the time. You have read in the mathematics SI is equal to P into R into T upon 100. The same thing is here, but the formula is I have given in the technical terms, in the energy management terms. Okay, next, compound interest. So compound interest is nothing but usually calculated as annually, half yearly, quarterly. Okay, so the interest charge is calculated percentage of the outstanding loan at the end of each time period. Okay, we have to calculate the loan here in the percentage way at the at the end of time period, and it is termed compound because outstanding loan is the sum of unpaid capital and interest charge up to that point. If we are taking the compound interest, so the capital will be increased every time because it is not you have to the interest rate is adding also the unpaid capital. Okay, and the interest rate here will be changing. So the value of total repayment can be calculated from the following formula. So we can see here TRV is equal to LV into 1 plus IR into divided by 100 to the whole power of P. Okay, so now we will discuss on profitability index. So this is another technique and generally used to evaluate the financial viability of the project, which is the profitability, and this define the profitability index, and it can in mathematically it can be defined as profitability index is equal to sum of the discounted net saving divided by capital cost. If the profitability index is higher, then capital cost will be lower. यदि आप क्या कहते हैं कि कैपिटल कॉस्ट हमारा जितना कम रहेगा, प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इंडेक्स उतना हाई रहेगा. यदि प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी इंडेक्स हाई रहेगा, देन द प्रोजेक्ट विल बी अट्रैक्टिव, मोर एंड मोर अट्रैक्टिव, एंड वन कैन टेक वन interest in that project. Okay, so now we will see some question based on all what we have read today. Calculate net present value. You have to calculate the NPV for the investment towards a compact fluorescent lamp CFL. Okay, आप क्या चीज़ का इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है? CFL लैंप पे इन्वेस्ट किया है. The following table gives investment and cash flow. So the assumed discount rate is 10%, life of the CFL is 2 years, investment rupees is 400. Okay, so saving in year, cash flow is given here. Year 1 1000, year 2 1000. Answer. So what is the investment? Investment is nothing but 400. Discount rate K is equal to how much? You can see here that discount rate K is equal to 10%, or 10 by 100 is nothing but 0.1. The life of the CFL is 2 years. So NPV, we have to calculate the NPV. So net present value is nothing but CF naught upon 1 plus K to the power of 0 plus CF1 plus divided by 1 plus K to the power of 1 plus dot 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 CF and divided by 1 plus k to the power of n. Okay, so the investment year is how much? 2 years. So from 0 to n is equal to 2, it should be 2. So what is the CF naught value? Starting CF naught value investment, how much you have done? Minus 400. So investment will be in the minus. You have done investment, so it will be in the minus. Okay, so k is equal to how much here? 0.1. We are adding here 0.1 to the power of 0. CF1 in first year, what is the cash flow? 1000. So we are adding here the 1000 value, CF1 as a 1000. Then the k will be not changing here. So to the 1 plus 0.1 to the power of 1 plus 1000 divided by 1 plus 0.1 ka whole power to the power of 2. Why I am taking the 2? The maximum year is 2. So on calculating, we will get rupees 1335. Okay, so now we will see the next question. Calculate the present value of tax cash flow from a 10,000 investment towards 5 HP energy efficient motor with 30% decline balance depreciation rate, 50% tax rate and 10% इंटरेस्ट रेट. क्या कहता है आपको यहाँ पे? आपको क्या निकालना है? प्रेजेंट वैल्यू निकालना है, जो अभी टैक्स कैश फ्लो हो रही है. कहाँ से निकालनी है? आपने 10,000 रुपीज़ इन्वेस्टमेंट किया है. किसके लिए इन्वेस्ट किया था? 5 HP एनर्जी एफिशिएंट मोटर के लिए. 5 हॉर्स पावर का मोटर है, उस पर आपने इन्वेस्ट किया है 10,000. जो हमारा क्या 30% डिक्लाइनिंग बैलेंस डिप्रिसिएशन रेट. हमारा बैलेंसिंग डिप्रिसिएशन रेट कितना दे रहा है? 30% दे रहा है. टैक्स रेट कितना हमारा? 50% है. इंटरेस्ट रेट कितना हमारा? 10% है. फॉर दिस प्रेजेंट वैल्यू इज नथिंग बट P इंटू डी इंटू टी डिवाइडेड बाई I प्लस डी. ओके, सो present value P is equal to how much? 10,000. D is equal to how much? Declining balance, or we can say depreciation rate is nothing but 30%, so 30 by 100, and the tax rate is 50%, so 50 by 100 divided by I is how much? 10%, so 10 by 100, and depreciation rate, so plus 0.3, or on calculating this you will get 3750.